Clearly, a lot is at stake, a lot going on in the ongoing U.S.-China trade war. Let's talk more about Huawei's lawsuit against the U.S. government. I'm joined now by telecom expert Roger Entner, live outside of Boston. He's the founder and lead analyst of Recon Analytics. Roger, welcome to our program. Huawei wants to expedite its lawsuit against the U.S. government by filing a motion, which they did on Tuesday. So what happens now? Walk us through the legal process and the legal steps for those of us who are not familiar with how things like this work.
Well, expedited process is a tenuous term. So the first hearing for Huawei's lawsuit in the Eastern District of Texas is in September. So that is expedited for anybody but lawyers. So what we most likely will see there is that the lawsuit will probably be then moved to the district court in Washington, D.C. that is much better equipped to talk about and decide on federal issues and these kind of things. So the things that are happening here are all taking their time.
So how long before this actually gets to that court in Washington, D.C.?
That will probably be another several months later on. So I would expect the federal district court in D.C. to listen to this end of the year, early next year, and then take also time to deliberate about this. Now, what I would caution is that the U.S. government has a lot of leeway when it comes to national security grounds, and the federal courts have been traditionally very accommodating to the government.
So even the expedited version, Roger, what Huawei is trying to do here, getting this process moving on a little bit faster, even that still could take months, and you said perhaps next year.
Exactly. The court in the Eastern District of Texas is usually very accommodating to plaintiffs. So I think one of the things that Huawei is trying to do is to get the government, to get the federal court to issue a stay of the federal guidelines. I think that is unlikely to happen, but the best chance of in any court in the country is probably Eastern Texas, and that's why Huawei sued there.
And if you're a Huawei, why is it more beneficial to you going before a judge and arguing your case that way instead of waiting for a trial to unfold?
You want to stop the rules to go into effect, and for that you need a judge to issue a stay. Basically say the law or the act of the federal government represents irreparable harm to Huawei, and therefore the rules should be vacated until a judge properly decides about it. That will be the argument of Huawei, and the judge has to weigh against it then the argument of the government that the threat to U.S. security is clear and present and imminent, and therefore the stay should be denied. The hurdle of proof is a lot higher for Huawei than for the government here.
All right, we'll leave it there. Roger Entner, thank you so much.